Hey, it's Dr. Ernst, host of the AskDrErnst Show. Did you know the journal Metabolism published a study in March of last year, 2025? People with high cholesterol live longer than people with low cholesterol. If you're over the age of 50, your LDL levels above 130 mean you live longer. Hey, if you're scratching your head just like I was when I read this, the studies are evident that total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, has nothing to do with cardiovascular health. So what does then? Well, it's your inflammation, it's your toxicity, it's your insulin levels. It's how your spine talks to your organs, including things like your heart. If you'd like to finally break free from all this mess of statins and high cholesterols and have your body reset itself naturally, text the word HEART plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I've got a free ebook that will explain how to let your body reset and a masterclass Saturday, February 7th at 10 a.m. It's all free. The question is, do you want to heal your heart naturally? Text the word HEART plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you get to be set free from your health problems. Like last week, this is a live stream only broadcast. The Tar Heels basketball in the playoffs. Good for them. It means I'm not on the airways, but I'm continuing my Heart Healthy series for all of you on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you're streaming from. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and today our series continues with the question of how do you fix your cholesterol at home? I'm going to start with something that might surprise you. And for a lot of you, this might be like, oh, I've already heard this, I know this, but I think still for some of you, you have this inherent belief that cholesterol being elevated on your labs is a challenge because of cardiovascular health. But I'm here to tell you a bold, proclamative, declarational statement. I'm even going to show you research that proves this, that total cholesterol and LDL are not, I'm going to repeat this again, they are not direct measurements of your risks for heart disease. Listen, for decades, they've been shoving it down our throats that high cholesterol equals heart disease, that LDL can become oxidized and cause plaques, and modern research continues to actually try to even support this. But yet, I'm going to read to you word for word from the Scandinavian Cardiovascular Journal. This was published in 2009. So look at this. This is years ago. You got to listen to this word for word. I'll put it up on the screens. I got to do this camera first, then I have to do this camera second. So cholesterol does not cause coronary heart disease in contrast to stress. Let's just read this, guys. Let's do this together. Ready? The belief that coronary disease, atherosclerosis, is due to high cholesterol from increased saturated fatty acid intake originated from experiments on plant-eating animals. So just listen to this. This is back in the 40s and 50s. The idea that cholesterol causes heart disease, was reinforced by reports demonstrating that the sequence of events in various populations would be eat lots of saturated fats, it leads to high cholesterol, cholesterol leads to plaque. But they ignored all the contradictory data. Certain subsets of populations eat a lot of saturated fat and they have almost no heart disease. So rather than scratch their heads and go, I wonder why that is, they were just like, erase. The idea that cholesterol causes heart disease has been perpetuated by powerful forces using similar tactics to preserve the profit and the reputations of those who promote this doctrine, i.e., medicine, pharmaceuticals, and the doctors. Opponents, people who have said, hey, I don't think this is true, find it extremely difficult to publish their scientifically supported opinions. Cholesterol doesn't cause heart disease. You go to try to publish it. Sorry, we can't put it in the journals. The advent of statins has further fueled the fallacious lipid hypothesis, fake hypothesis, despite compelling evidence that the effect of cardiovascular disease is not due to cholesterol lowering. Meaning we're lowering cholesterol like crazy, but yet heart disease is not going down. The side effects that have been suppressed and the benefits that have been hyped up. Taking this can prevent you from having a heart attack. Actually, it doesn't. Taking this will make sure your arteries never get clogged. Actually, it doesn't. The adverse effects of cholesterol on health, quality of life, economy, and medical research is inestimable. They're actually causing diseases by people taking cholesterol drugs. So look at the conclusion of this study. It is imperative that public health officials, physicians, and you are appraised of the proof that is misguided, malicious, and malignant. That's powerful. If you don't, believe me, are you making this up, Dr. Ernst? Go read the article for yourself. The Scandinavian Cardiovascular Journal, author Paul Roche, July 12th, 2009. Now, again, you might say, it's 2009. So find something recent. Okay. In the journal Metabolism, again, I have two cameras. So let's see if I can do this for you guys. In the journal Metabolism, the title says, a new study shows people with high cholesterol live longer than people with lower cholesterol. I thought if you had really high cholesterol, it's supposed to clog your arteries, you're supposed to have a heart attack, and you're supposed to die earlier. The subtitle, older adults, so over the age of 50 and 60, with LDL cholesterols above 130, live longer than adults with cholesterols below 130. So remember, your medical doctor wants you to have your LDL cholesterols at 100, but that's going to make you live less than if you let them allow your cholesterol to do what they will innately do. In a moment, I'm going to share with you what are the actual, true, real values of where your cholesterol should be. Key points from this article, guys. Older adults with mildly high cholesterol have a greater chance of survival than adults with low cholesterol. Cholesterol levels were measured only once, which doesn't count for fluctuations over a long period of time, and cholesterol can be lowered by things other than diet. So interesting, isn't it? How they'll say high bad cholesterol prolongs your survival. Wait a second. Having high bad cholesterol? That seems strange, doesn't it? How about the journal Expert Reviews in Clinical Pharmacology 2018? Again, not a freshly new study, but still a study and it's still available. The title says LDL cholesterol does not cause cardiovascular disease, a comprehensive review of current literature. Guys, all they're here to say with you is the idea that has been burned into your brain by your doctors that bad cholesterol, LDL, and total cholesterol, if the numbers are over what they want you to have them, you're going to be at risk. They sell fear, they sell frustration, and here's the thing, they sell drugs. So of course they're going to set the numbers at what only a medication could achieve. We know that cholesterol is a good thing for you. When your body senses inflammation, oxidative stress, or liver dysfunction, or tissue irritation, cholesterol is sent out as like a firefighter to put the fire out. Multiple medical doctors are talking about this. There's books, The Great Cholesterol Con, The Great Cholesterol Myth. So when your labs show elevated cholesterol, your first question should not be, how do I lower, but how do I fix my cholesterol? How do I let my cholesterol do what it's supposed to do? Why is my body making more cholesterol should be the question you should ask. This is where conventional medicine gets it 1,000% wrong. It's because you have heart disease risks in your family and you need to lower them. I mean, do you know how many patients I have even that are like, my doctor says I must be on a statin, Dr. Ernst. What do you think? Well, let's look at your actual numbers and see what the actual reference is. Let's not just look at total cholesterol, inflammatory markers, reactive proteins against your heart. Guys, today, 2026, there are so many other methods of checking your heart health than just relying on something that's been around since the 50s that was absolutely faked and fudged and made up, and an entire marketing campaign put out. So effective that even today, people still think that their cholesterol has to do with their heart disease. LDL is not bad. I want you to hear this. LDL particles do way more than just carry cholesterol. They transport fat-soluble nutrients. They carry antioxidants, which is key because if you're oxidized and your vessels are stressed out, if your body's stressed out, the cholesterol's actually bringing what you need. Here, so why is the cholesterol high? If you're highly inflamed and highly oxidized, your liver in its innate wisdom is going to say, here's all the cholesterol you need. You need a lot of it because I need antioxidants. I need nutrients. And you actually need the cholesterol to repair the tissues. Again, I'm showing you research is saying the number itself is meaningless. You can look at the size, particle counts. You can look at inflammatory markers. We can look at your triglyceride to HDL ratios. We can look at your insulin resistance. We can look at liver phase 1 and phase 2 detox. We can look at your gut to find out if it's leaking. So something that is going to challenge what you've been told is high cholesterol is actually protective. And this is brand new. This was published in March 19th of 2025. It's only like 6 months old. Higher cholesterol in people over the age of 60 will make you live longer. And then there's the issue of statins. They block pathways that are critical for heart health. CoQ10 is needed for your heart to function properly, and statins shut that off. Long-term use has been associated, ready with this? Muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, dementia, cognitive decline, diabetes, nerve damage, and actually increased risks for cardiovascular disease. So let's talk real quick. I told you I was going to come at you kind of hot and heavy today. What should your numbers look like? Okay? The optimal range, according to functional medicine and what we know about human health, it's going to sound nuts to you guys, is your total cholesterol can go up as high as 260. And as long as you have not a lot of inflammation, there's no insulin resistance, you're not spiking high inflammatory markers, you are totally fine. In fact, if you did the average American's cholesterol in 1920, 1930, 1940, when we ate, tallow and beef fat and the drippings that your grandmothers kept on their cast iron pans, and they used this grease over and over again, the average American's cholesterol was 220 to 260. The only way to get a 200 is to practically force it down with the medication. My cholesterol is not even total of less than 200. What about the LDL? Okay, well, the research says you want it to be above 130. So the minimum LDL should be 130. It can go as high as 170, 180, and you're still 100% cardiovascularly healthy if, now here's the if, triglycerides are low, HDL is over 60, and your metabolic markers of inflammation look phenomenal. Why am I talking to you like this? You can have high cholesterol and it not be the reflector for your heart disease. So here's the real question for today. How do we fix cholesterol rather than lowering it? How do we naturally and intelligently and innately go after root cause? I'm going to give you a couple steps. We're going to have some fun for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Man, I hope you share this video. We're live only online. There's no airways. I don't get to have you guys connect with us through texting and all that stuff. Yes, I have a heart disease event that I hope you hop onto. Links are above and below. Register. As of right now, we have over 1,500 people already saying, please help me with my heart health. Okay, so step number 1, give your body an oil change. Why the fats you eat are more important than you looking at your cholesterols, okay? So if you've been told your cholesterol is high, you must take a statin. The first thing you should do at home is kick out all the industrial seed oils. Don't get rid of butter and beef tallow and lard that comes from rendered fats that you've cooked. That is not the cause. What we have done is we've replaced these really healthy heart fats with chemically altered industrial seed oils. So ready? Corn oil, soybean oil, canola, cottonseed, sunflower, safflower, and even grapeseed oil. If it's a seed-based oil, these are not foods that your body will cooperate with. Often you have to use industrial lubricants and chemicals just to get the oils out of those seeds, and they're chemically washed and deodorized and cleaned so they don't smell bad. So by the time you eat them, your liver is going to say, what the heck is this? It's causing a lot of inflammation in my body. So innately, LDL cholesterol start to rise to fix the damage of the seed oils. Here's why it's so difficult. They're in all the heart healthy foods. It's nuts, isn't it? A lot of these oils, if you were to go buy them, grab a jar of canola, and I guarantee you somewhere on there it says the American Heart Association approves this oil as being heart healthy. Absolute 1000% lies that they're trying to force you to believe. Okay? By true definition, these oils are extremely toxic, inflammatory. When a seed oil goes into your liver, instantly it damages the mitochondria, disrupts your gallbladder and bile function, and it causes oxidative stress. So cholesterol says, you ate the wrong kind of fat. That was man-made, chemically produced. I don't like it. So what happens is cholesterol starts to lift to go fix the damage of it. So here's the action plan for you. If you want to fix your cholesterols, not lower them, but fix them, remove all seed oils. Not reduce, remove. It means no vegetable oils in your house. Canola, Wesson, corn, safflower. You got to be careful. All the restaurants use this stuff, guys, because they're just blindly, like zombies, following the American Heart Association's advice. Hey, we think we're cooking food in canola oil, so it's healthy for you. It's bad. So restaurant fryers and restaurant pans, you got to be careful. No packaged snacks. Watch out for the healthy salad dressings. Almost all of them are loaded with canola oil. If you find in the ingredients, like I'm going to be honest with you, my wife's like, hey, let's do healthy grass-fed hamburgers for the kids over the weekend, right? And so I go to the grocery store and I'm like, okay, gluten-free, grainless hamburger buns. I flip them over. Canola oil. I'm like, okay, hold on. The $30, right? The $15 ones. Flip it over. Canola oil. I'm like, wait, canola's in everything. It's a problem. If the package says canola or soy or corn or any blend of vegetable, you should not eat that because it's going to cause oxidative stress. And then what do we do then? Well, we replace them with healthy, stable, healing fats. What your body really likes is olive oils that are not heated, avocado oils, coconut oils, grass-fed beef fat, tallow, pasture-raised lards if you can get access to them, like, lamb fat and duck fat, right? And even clean animal fats. These are phenomenal. So when you change the fats you use, your body's going to take itself and create an oil change. Do you see the analogy? An oil change on the inside, and your inflammation goes way down. And I'm going to be blunt with you. This is the thing that most of you who are even healthy are doing wrong, right? You go to Whole Foods, you walk through their hot bar, and you're like, surely this is healthy because it's Whole Foods. Nope, all of it's cooked with canola oil. You go, well, surely the tomato soup that says it's organic, they still have organic canola oil. So yeah, the organic label's there, but the canola oil, the flowers were grown organically, but then chemically it was produced. So you have to do an oil change on your body. Okay, number 2, it's a huge thing if you want to fix your cholesterols at home. Ditch the dairy. Okay, modern dairy confuses your liver, it confuses your body, and it causes health issues. Dairy is often framed as being heart healthy, right? Most people say, well, isn't dairy like a staple part of our diet? It's good for my heart, it's good for my bones, it's good for everything. Modern industrial dairy, though, however, like the milks and the cheeses and the yogurts that you're buying more than likely, corn-fed cows raised in unnatural environments typically, although they're cracking down on hormone altering, they crack down heavily on antibiotics. Now they're vaccinating them like crazy. And you're never going to see like this is an unvaccinated animal. But they're using medicine to make the cows not get sick from the fact that they eat a food they're not supposed to eat. The biggest issue is not lactose in dairy. It's casein. It's a protein that's highly inflammatory when it comes from corn-fed, stressed out, sick animals. Casein triggers an immune response that can damage your gut lining and overload your liver with inflammatory products. The gut often becomes permeable, leaky gut from the dairy and the cheese and the yogurts that you're eating. And again, I know what you're going to say, but I thought that was heart-healthy stuff. Low-fat yogurt, high in protein. No, it's high in casein. And again, we're being lied to, right? See it right there? We're being lied to about heart-healthy foods. So you got to ditch the dairy. Casein causes this following cascade. You eat or drink the dairy. The casein gets into your intestines and it irritates your gut. The inflammation leads to stress in your liver or an inflamed liver, and the inflammation causes cholesterol to be produced as a reactant. Then your LDL levels go up and your total cholesterol goes up as a response, not a cause of heart disease, but a response. So most people think if I go low fat and I'm having dairy, then it's safe. But what you're not knowing is it's not the fat, it's not the sugar, it's the casein. So cream cheeses and heavy creams for your coffee, even whey proteins from corn-fed sources and yogurts can be the reason your body's inflamed and thus your cholesterol goes up. So what do we do? Try this for the next 60 days. Don't eat anything that's dairy-based. That is milk and cheese and creams and whey proteins and casein-based things. So you can just relax the stress in your body. And instead of using dairy, let's do things like collagen protein powders, bone broths, animal proteins. If you have to have some version of like a creamer for your coffee, hey, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, and MCT oil blended around really creams it out. Coconut creams, those work great too. Okay? If you're going to use butter, because the fat comes from dairy, make sure it's grass-fed, A2 casein specific. And I'm telling you, when you ditch the dairy and you do an oil change, your body's going to fix the inflammation on the inside and your cholesterol levels will start to level themselves out. And again, even if it's 225 and 130, that's not high. That's the healthy ranges, according to the research. Okay, step number 3. Sugar is going to cause more cholesterol rises than fats. If you go back and you dig this out, the actual studies showing that heart disease was caused by some food product was by sugar. The sugar industry founded this entire process. Yes, there's a sugar industry. This entire process to hide the fact that the original research, when they were trying to figure out where's cardiovascular disease coming from, the researchers, they came to the head people, I don't know what you would call them, and they said, look, the research says sugar causes heart disease. And the sugar industry got a hold of it and was like, whoa, we can't have that happening. They're like, let's pick something else. And so they're like, we'll just say fat causes heart disease. And go look it up. I'm not making this up. Harvard researchers were paid off to fudge the data and to make it not be sugar. This is where the cholesterol conversations fall apart immensely. Sugar is framed as being a blood sugar issue, i.e. sugar causes diabetes. But in reality, sugar causes liver damage, which causes diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of human health issues, even healthy sugars like fructose found in fruits and things like that. Fructose is processed exclusively by your liver. When you exceed your daily fructose intake, which for most human beings is like 15 to 20 grams max per day, it is turned directly into fat. This process has been studied and researched immensely. They call it the de novo lipogenesis pathway. I know it sounds crazy. It just means fructose turns into fat in your liver. What does this do? Well, it causes fatty liver. It causes insulin resistance. it elevates triglycerides, and it causes LDLs to go up. So cholesterols rise not because of fat intake, but because sugar hijacks the metabolism of your liver. And here's the trap. Most people think, well, I don't really eat sugar. But remember, breads, pastas, cereals, crackers, granolas, fruit juice, smoothies, flavored coffees, carbonated beverages, most drinks, sauces, and even natural sweeteners, it's all sugar. And your body doesn't care if the sugar's organic, because I had a listener once text over, well, I use only organic raw cane sugar. I'm good, right? Organic heroin is just as bad for your body as non-organic heroin. Do you see the point? Here's how to fix this, guys. You just got to get rid of the refined carbohydrates, liquid sugars, no sodas, no juices, no sweetened drinks. Get rid of the baked goods, cookies and crackers and pastas and all that stuff, grain-based snacks. Just think of this. If insulin goes up, liver gets stressed, LDLs and total cholesterols react. Replace those calories, because if you're not going to eat sugar, you need to get your calories from proteins and fats, not starches. Clean animal proteins will stabilize blood sugars. This is the carnivoric diet's concept. Fish, chicken, turkey, eggs, grass-fed red meats are healthier for your heart than all the heart-healthy labeled boxed food items. When sugar gets out of your body, the equation gets reset. Cholesterol is stopped to being repeatedly secreted as an emergency for the stress the sugar creates. So what do? We do an oil change. Get rid of the seed oils. Okay, then we ditch the dairy. I know it's tough. Cheese, right? Yogurts, and my cottage cheese, and my heavy cream. Like, you're going to take away my dairy? You should do it anyway. Humans aren't designed to drink milk after the age of 2 or 3. Now, here's the kicker that everybody misses. The number one missing link to you getting your body to not just fix your cholesterols, but fix your health, is the fact that most people are ignoring that every organ in your body is connected directly to your brain through a cord called your spinal cord. If your spine is stressed out, if your posture is poor, if you have injuries or disc issues or arthritis or stenosis, the communication between your brain and your heart, your brain and your liver, your brain and your organs starts to dissipate. This is why so many people can eat cleanly. Dr. Ernst, I don't understand. I've never touched a seed oil in my life. I don't eat dairy at all, and I eat 0 sugar. And I'm still having health issues. Ding, 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 ding. You just professed that you're expressing a neurological stress response. The control system of your body could be compromised. Subluxation is real. It's the misalignment of an individual vertebral segment, bone, disc, bone. When they get out of alignment, the nerve is irritated. 90% of people, when assessed chiropractically and even medically for spinal misalignments, have a subluxation in their spine. Listen, I even have a subluxation in my spine. I've been working on it. I've been reducing it. Mine's down to only 5%. But when I started, it was an 85% stressed out neurological system. Chiropractic care is not just for neck pain, back pain, and headaches, guys. 2026, you got to wake up to this. Okay, the research says if your brain is connected to your heart, your liver, lungs, spleen, pancreas, gallbladder, you have perfect parasympathetic tone. Your body loves parasympathetics. It's a de-stressing reaction. So if your spine is aligned and healthy and the nerves are as less stressed as possible, nobody's going to have a perfect spine until we die and go back and stand next to our creators. But on earth, we can try to shoot for 90, 95, 98% proper alignment so that our brain gets into our body. And yes, we oil change our body. We ditch the dairy. We get rid of the sugars. We eat healthy, heart-healing foods. And innately, your cholesterols will go where they should, which I know it's going to sound tough. An LDL 130 is okay. See the problem? Even if you're doing everything right, your medical doctors are still going to bark at you. Your cholesterols are too high. You got 135. Your total cholesterol is 225. Finish the story for them. Hey, doc, look, as long as I don't have inflammation markers, my A1C is good, my CRP is down, and my spine's aligned, thank you, because the new research says I will live longer than you who are trying to push my numbers down. Cholesterol does not need to be defeated. It doesn't need to be deflated. It doesn't need to be lowered. It just needs to be understood. Remember, your body elevates cholesterol for a reason. When you remove the inflammatory fats, when you calm your liver down, stabilize your blood sugars, and make sure your spine is talking to your organs, your cholesterols will innately balance themselves. Your body is not doing it for a bad reason. It's responding to the stress. And once you remove the stress, guess what? Healing takes over. Hey, this is the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. We're at our 30-minute mark coming up, which is awesome, what I do for when I'm preempted. But if you've been listening to this sort of like with your pencils on fire and burning, taking notes, join me on Saturday, February 7th. I'm hosting a free online summit. It's a masterclass on cardiovascular disease. I will help you to learn what it should be and what you can do to let your body reset by itself. Registrations are open above or below, whichever stream you're watching. Click the link. It'll take you to a page. We just need name, phone number, and email. You'll get my Heart Heal Thyself ebook and access to the masterclass in a couple weeks. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The power to fix your cholesterol starts at home, and I hope you guys had a fun day today. Next week, we're going to continue the conversations for cardiovasculars. What about fatty liver and triglycerides? How do we deal with that? All streaming live right here on the channel you're watching. We'll see you guys next week. Be blessed. Until then, bye-bye.